What do you mean you can't stop it?
Body, free for a moment.
The same way that you decide what's funny or not.
How to act like Joaquin Phoenix. Joaquin Phoenix is an Oscar award-winning actor who has captured audiences' attention around the globe. While some actors may create characters we can hardly remember, others imprint themselves into our psyche. In this video, we'll uncover the 3 points that consist of Joaquin's style of acting. It's important to make this distinction of style, as every actor brings something unique to the screen. A movie with Joaquin will be completely different than a movie with Leonardo DiCaprio.
You out of your fucking mind? I don't even know who Venice is. What the f does that even mean, Venice?
Do you want to tell it to me?
This video will give you the exact tools to replicate Joaquin's style, and you can start implementing his acting style into your own work right after this video. Point number 1 has to do with reactions. Reactions are the responses that characters have from a given stimuli. This stimuli can transpire from a physical cue, verbal cue, or environmental cue. Anything that can cause a character to draw a response from. Bad actors will typically react without taking in the information the stimuli presents. Good actors will listen and respond, but great actors will tell you a story. Take a look at this scene with Joaquin Phoenix.
Are you thoughtless in your remarks?
I usually put some thought into them.
Do you linger at bus stations for pleasure?
No.
Do you get muscle spasms for no reason?
No.
Do your past failures bother you?
No.
Do your past failures bother you?
No.
Do your past failures bother you?
Look at how he reacts before he responds. He takes in the information, processes it, then speaks. Even if we just look at only his reactions, each one is telling a story without a word being spoken. Reactions can vary in time, with some being very long and others being very short. Let's take a look at short examples with Joaquin Phoenix from the movie Her.
Yeah, she's been really good for me, you know. It's good to be with somebody that's excited about life. She's a real, No, I mean, I wasn't in such a good place myself, and in that way, it's been nice.
I feel like you always wanted me to be this light, happy, bouncy, everything's fine LA wife, and that's just not me.
I didn't want that.
As you can see, the reactions are much shorter than in the previous clips, but still very present and in the moment. Now, how do we achieve this for ourselves without looking like someone who's just waiting an extra long time to speak? The secret is listening. I've found that if I memorize my lines so well that I don't have to think or search for them, I have more freedom to be present and listen in the moment. Next time you're in a scene, don't just jump ahead to your next line so quickly or move to your mark straight away. Take in the stimuli. Let it affect you in whichever way that it may. Point number 2 is to keep a loose grip. It's easy for us to get into the headspace of believing we know exactly what our characters would do in any situation, and keeping a tight grip on our characters is a choice that some actors make. So what does having a loose grip actually entail? A loose grip means you've set guideposts for your characters on who they are and how they behave, but you are not married to their reactions or responses to given situations. In short, you are more open to possibilities than other actors may typically be. These are some of the results that you get from taking this approach.
Am I not merciful?
Where's your mother?
I don't know, Looney.
Infringement. Back to the start.
Now take a look at this clip with Joaquin Phoenix and see exactly how he describes his approach for himself.
And the process of discovery, of understanding him or trying to, didn't stop once we started shooting. I mean, it continued until the very last day. It's such a rich character, so much going on that I never got to the point feeling like I knew who he was. It was kind of the joy of it was every day to feel like there was something new to discover about the character, a different color. You can't help but come up with ideas, and but if I ever go onto set and then consciously try to use one of those ideas that I've had, it's always really bad, like without fail. And the only time that something, I don't know if it's good or not, I can't really say that, but the only time it feels like it works for me is when I'm not making that conscious decision, right? So I like to have, I guess, a lot of options like available. and then you try to just react in the moment.
Remember, this doesn't mean that you don't have any general parameters for yourself, but rather you don't fall into the trap of being too strict on yourself or your process. Point number 3 is to go in all the way. Whether Joaquin is playing a distressed man, someone looking for love, or a crazy clown, he isn't afraid to jump in head first. Take a look at these 3 scenes just to get the point that I'm making.
Your son hates you. Oh, they do.
Yeah,
Who fucking likes you except for me?
Nobody.
Except for me.
How does it not change how you feel about me?
I'm sorry I didn't tell you. I didn't know how to. It started happening.
When?
If it was me dying on the sidewalk, you'd walk right over me. I pass you every day and you don't notice me. But these guys, what, because Thomas Wayne went and cried about them on TV?
Now, to be able to explain this point further, take a look at this clip with Matthew McConaughey on movies and bandwidths.
You also, in a romantic comedy like that, you can get mad, but you can't get really full of rage, because you'll sink the ship of the romantic comedy. There's a buoyancy that they're built on, where you have to sort of bounce from cloud to cloud, dance between the raindrops, I always used to say.
Just like with movies, characters have their own bandwidth that they can play in. Let me say that again. Just like in movies, characters have their own bandwidth that they can play in. Think about it like this. Movies are like music bands. Some bands are heavy metal, some bands are jazzy, some bands are country, and so forth. Actors are like the musicians in the band. Let's say you're a guitar player. Well, each band, like each movie, will dictate the type of music you play, but how you choose to play within each band's style is up to you. Some actors play it safe by only playing a few chords. Others go in all the way and rip out a guitar solo appropriate to their genre. And Joaquin plays to the very limits of his character's bandwidths. Just remember which band or movie you are playing in, because once you try to shift players, that's when everything can go falling apart. Now, if you implement these points into your own work, you'll be acting more in the artistic style of Joaquin Phoenix. I haven't seen Joaquin's latest movie, Napoleon, but it'd be interesting after watching this video if when you go and see that movie, if you find these similar qualities to be present in his work. Also, how would you compare his acting in Napoleon to Leonardo DiCaprio's acting in Killer of the Flower Moon? I'd be interested to hear your answers. So that's how to act like Joaquin Phoenix. Let us know what actor or actress you'd like to see next. Also, if you're interested in being closer to our community and taking your acting to the next level, our 10-hour acting masterclass or 2.0 version will be down in the description down below, as well as the comment section. Till next time, peace.